haven't heard the name Courtney Rose, you're not alone. He's a 27-year-old struggling rapper who's adding a new title to his playlist, candidate for mayor.
So, yeah, it turns out it's super easy to run for local office. Step 1, get 200 signatures. Step 2, don't be a felon. And I don't go to trial till next year. I'm just playing, Ma. I love you.
In the name of Jehovah, why are you doing this?
Yo, you know, when I was your age, there wasn't all this trash here. Me and my boys, we would come here to freestyle.
I know I'm a good rap, but nobody's ever even heard of me. Just you watch. This campaign is gonna change all of that.
If you want to get discovered, just do it the old-fashioned way, waiting for a nice old Jewish man to give you his business card.
Courtney Rose's entire campaign is a stunt. Voters won't fall for that. Not in America.
Here we are. Big debate.
I'm proud to have led the effort to restore the city commons, which is now well...
Hold up. Have you actually ever been there?
I mean, there is so much trash. Bravo gave it a second season.
Don't tell us about our reality, because we live our reality every day. Courtney Rose, out, peace!
My mixtape is getting some crazy love.
What's happening?
It appears as if Courtney Rose is mayor of Fort Gregg.
What happened?
You the mayor.
Well...
This has to be a mistake.
What do I do?
You want my 2 cents? You serve for 1 day only. That way you can get the scissors.
The scissors.
The giant scissors they give mans to cut ribbons. It's politics 101. The scissors, yes, I am, because I'm fire!
Where is it? It just means that we're going out to the fire escape to have a talk. I can see how it can be a little confusing.
Miss Dina, you can't yell fire at black people like that. I'm skittish.
You put your name on a ballot. In this country, that means something. You rap because you critique the status quo. Baby, maybe now you can actually change it.
I know what I have to do.
Okay.
Do you want to say it first, or you want me to say it just...
Are you kidding me right now?
Page. Okay, we'll compare notes later.
Yeah, yes, you know who you are.
Let me help you. I know it needs to get done, and I know how to do it.
People are tired of hearing what phonies intend to do. We can transform the city.
I think I got this.
Damn right you do. I am your mother, and I believe in you. Everyone else in the world ain't your mama.
You have something special.
Oh, what's that?
Me.
You are a lot of things, Courtney Rose, but you're not hopeless.
Come on, we gotta get you some sleep. It might be your last chance for the next 4 years.
Wait, this job is 4 years?
Someone is planning their first 100 days.
That's how I roll.
Let me see.
Okay.
That's actually really impressive.
I'm really glad you said that.
It looks like 4 grades in some pretty good hands.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Micheal Hall.
What's up?
The mayor himself.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Bill TV? Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, brother. See, this two lovely couple back here. Is y'all together? No, you and you. Y'all look at y'all too. Oh, my bad. I put you on blast? My bad, dog.
Everyone's kind of on blast, though. It's the intimacy of the space, right? There's a lot of people.
Hey,
Yeah, just
I kind of wish y'all was up here with me. This is like be a cool little...
I mean, we could... Well, let's see how this goes. Maybe we could do that. We could arrange, just start bringing people up.
We could. Just
we
like
could do
sit 'em
anything.
right here
I told you, it's the internet. It's live. There's no rules.
Where's the... Hey, internet, live, what's happening? We here. This is nice.
Thank you. I'm glad this is nice. Thank you so much for being here.
I love your kick.
Oh, thank you, man.
Turquoise.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
You know your stuff. All right, man. Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about the show. You have done something that is very hard to do. You have made an incredibly funny, touching, authentic pilot that is also political, but not divisive. I mean, like, it's amazing how many boxes you guys have checked off with this show.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about it, but first and foremost, it's very important to me. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Today's been an awesome day. Like, we had Good Morning America this morning, which was really nice. And
I saw you sitting with Strahan.
I was sitting with Strahan. Yo, Strahan is like, he's a big guy.
Yeah,
he like grabbed my hand. He was like, man, I'm so happy for you, dog. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. But it was great to like be across from someone who like I used to watch growing up, and then also like someone who I watched, you know, on the tube. So that was really nice to be a part of that. It's been very blessing. Once again, my mom is here.
Yeah.
She's always running around. She's in the back though.
Round of applause for your mom, by the way.
Y'all.
Let's make some noise.
And also like,
she...
Huh?
Oh, go on. What were you going to say?
No,
Also,
keep going.
Well, I was going to say, this is fantastic. I saw she was with you on Kimmel. I was so delighted Miss Betty could be here. And I'm wondering, is this just like in your rider now, wherever you go to do press?
My
mom is coming for the ride, period.
Maybe.
Why not?
I don't know. Why not? I don't know. I say why not.
But so excited to have her here. What were you about to say before I...
No, I was going to say round of applause for you guys for coming out. Like, this is very nice. Y'all coming to to listen to this old little Southern boy talk about this show. So this is humbling experience. And so as much as y'all welcome me into your space, I just want to say thank you for letting me be here. It's truly an honor.
Dude, first of all, it's very kind, but thank you, honestly. Yeah. We're so excited that you made time to come hang out with us, because I know you're going to 1,000,001 places right now.
Yeah.
You were just at, we mentioned your mom and you were out over at Kimmel. That must have been a surreal experience, man. That was like the big one, like the first one to kick it off for you, right?
Yeah, that was really interesting. It's so when you do the late night shows, I'm learning, like you're in the back and they do the preliminaries and things like that. And then you're sitting in the back of the room and they're like, all right, you're going on in 5, 4, 3, and you're sitting there like, all right, when's the door going up? And then it flies up and you see everyone come out, and then it's just kind of like the experience of walking out here. You look into everyone's eyes, everyone's very welcoming, they want to know what you got to say, and it kind of just rolls with the punches.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Talk about I imagine the surreal experience of walking around and seeing your face everywhere, man.
Yeah, it's
that's gotta be weird, right?
No, it's weird in a sense, and in others it's just very. It's nice because my family and my mom gets to, my sister and my mom and everyone gets to see it. For me, I'm okay. This is enough for me at times, but
we make this as large and as close as possible to make you the maximum amount of uncomfortable. So I hope we've.
Yeah, it's just me next to me. It's very interesting.
It looks good though.
Yeah, but it's nice. It's really nice. It's a blessing, man. Like I say, it wasn't there. 3 months ago. Right. You know what I mean? Like that was not the case. A couple years ago, I was doing bike carrying up and down the street here, and then working at Teavana before Starbucks came through and shut it down.
I know exactly.
You know what I mean? Right over here, we was working right over there. That was like my first job when I got out of college.
Well, that's you went to Juilliard, right?
I went to Juilliard.
And 2015, I believe, was the year.
2015 when I graduated.
So has it been fun, kind of being back in town and sort of walking around and seeing like exactly those things? This is where I did that, and this is where this happened, and so on and so forth.
It's nice because when you're living in the city, you kind of get into the what is it, the blinders, with the horse blinders that are on. It's like, I'm not gonna do that because I don't have to. It's not in my borough. I don't got to do that. I'm gonna stay in my little hub. When I gotta hit the train, I'll hit the train. But to be able to come back and kind of go at my own pace and take in the city for what it is very nice. Like they're staying down in downtown right now. I mean, not downtown, in Times Square. Yeah. And that was one spot I did not travel to when I lived here.
Nobody goes.
No one goes to Times Square.
Anyone who's in New York constantly does not go.
Yeah, you vibe out of time. It's like, where y'all going? Times Square. Now I'm gonna go uptown. I'll see y'all later. I'll meet y'all in Harlem somewhere. But to be able to just walk around and like actually take it in for the first time without anywhere to like specifically be, that's been really nice.
It's almost
really
like
nice
seeing it through a different, like a new set of eyes, like a fresh lens.
Fresh lens, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I was doing some homework and reading up on you, and one of the things that I thought was really interesting is it says one of the interviews, your first starring role was in a 10th grade high school production of The Lion King.
Yeah.
Let's get into that.
Ooh.
So
it went well.
Did it?
It finished off really well. My teacher, Sarah Reese, who, like, God love her, this very, very, very blessed woman, she gave me and a friend of mine a coloring book, and she was like, all right, so this is your script for The Lion King. And I was like, well, what? What am I supposed to do with this John here? And we actually used it as a text, and we watched the movie, me and my friend, and we watched the movie, and we went on stage a week later and did it. And with no props, no costumes, no nothing, but we just kind of put ourselves authentically out in front of our classmates, and it went really well.
What was the run time? Because if you don't mind me asking, coloring books typically not known for. Yeah, I was gonna say
4 minutes. Like we did the scene where Mufasa's like, everything the light touches is yours, and Simba's like, ooh, that's except for the dark place, you're not supposed to go. So we did that scene. It was like 5 minutes. It wasn't too.
I love that you guys used a coloring book as
it was dope. It was like I don't know.
Was that an intentional move by your teacher of like, here, these books have little to no information, and you have to fill it in with color, turn it into a show?
I guess so. I mean, honestly, I really don't know. She gave us the book. I remember looking at it and being like, I don't know whether to color or to memorize these lines. So I did both. And it helped out the process. It helped out the process of it.
If there was anything you could go back, that's about 10 years ago if you do the math, give or take. Yeah. So in a decade, you've gone from coloring book Lion King to the Mayor, Star, ABC. coincidentally a Disney company, right? It's nice. You're in the family.
Yeah,
so
I'm in the family.
You're on a trajectory.
Family.
You're on the family. You're in the family. Yeah. But if you went back and you went to that Lion King production, as you are now, you travel back in time, you kneel down. What would you tell little Micheal Hall about to go do the Everything Light Touches speech? Would you give him any advice at all? Would you tell him anything?
Yeah, I would tell him. I would tell him good luck. good luck with this one, because it was a challenge to do.
Yeah.
What would I tell myself? That, you know what I would tell myself, honestly, at that age? I would tell myself to stop worrying so much. I think that was a big thing for me in high school, because I didn't really specifically know what I wanted to do. At one point, my mom can attest to this. I was like, I'm gonna go into the military. She was like, no, you not. Well, who are you? Where are you going? No, that's not happening. So, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't know what I wanted to pursue, and I would get nervous about that because I knew South Carolina wasn't my end place to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when my teacher, Sarah Reese, told me about the South Carolina Governor's School, I was like, I think this is my shot, this is my opportunity, and I pressed the button and the door opened.
It's pretty amazing. Just a few more questions about your mom, because I think she's incredible.
Okay.
She is. You mentioned briefly, you touched on, do you have any brothers and sisters, by the way?
I have a sister. I have one sister, Octavia Hall.
Younger or older?
Older.
Older.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Because what I was going to ask is, you mentioned kind of about your mom's tattoo that she just got, the Queen Bee, which is an awesome tattoo, and how she sort of started like knowing herself, and like her journey's kind of taken its own sort of like different path a little bit lately versus from when you were children. I was wondering if you picked up or perceived a correlation between when that path started to diverge and when your rocket started to take off.
A correlation between the two.
Like, my baby's gonna be okay, I can start worrying about me now.
Yeah, I think my mom has always felt that way about me and my sister. I don't think she ever really worried too much about us, because my mom is a woman of faith and she's grounded in her faith. And I mean, any faith believers in here in the house, you can say amen just for a touch. Yeah, there it is. I saw his mouth. He said, we in church. That's what we doing. Let the church say it, you know. But like that's my mom, like on the real. And you probably could attest to this too. Is that, you know, when you're growing up in a single parent household, I think there's a certain kind of not only ownership, but this kind of letting go that one has to do. And my mom was very adamant about that. She was very much so, you know, you turn 14, get your first job, understand what it means to have a dollar. You know, if you want to go to the governor's school, then you need to learn what it means to show up on time, to become prepared, to be able to leave Anderson and go out to Greenville. If Juilliard, what you want to do, go for it. She never was the type to say, nah, don't do that, don't try this, don't do that. My mom was very much, very encouraging in my dreams, my values.
Well, it looks like it worked out. Looks like it. Yeah. Round of applause for his mom, by the way, for Ms. Bet. Well, I love it too, you. And I think that's awesome that you guys are traveling around together, and so excited to see her here with you.
Yeah.
Let's get into this show. Let's talk about the mayor. I loved the pilot that I got to see, and I can't wait to watch more of it. How did you become the mayor? How did you get into the show? Did you audition? Did you reach out?
I did. I auditioned, so I'm signed to an agency, and they sent me an email saying, hey, we got this new project called the Untitled City Mayor Project. It didn't have a title, didn't have a script at the time. There was just two sides. And when you watch if you've already seen the pilot, then you would know. If you haven't, did y'all watch the pilot before this?
We didn't watch it here. They got that video preview, which gives them like an overview.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how many of y'all have already seen the pilot?
Anybody seen it yet?
No one's seen it? Okay, cool. So when you watch it, there's two scenes. There's a scene with me and Dina in the mail truck, and then there's a scene where I run for mayor. And those are the two scenes that were present during in the email. And so when I saw it, it said, young rapping mayor, young rapper, runs for mayor of Fort Gray, California. I was like, all right, this sounds cool. It seems interesting. And at the very bottom, it said, must be able to rap and freestyle 2 bars at audition. Yep, got that one. All right, so I was like, if the acting doesn't go through, I know I got the freestyle and the flow down. Yeah. So I went in for the audition. I was shooting a film at the time in New Jersey, and I came over, and I did the audition, and I got a 2-page letter of notes from Jeremy Bronson, him saying, yeah, great job, but no, do it again. Try something completely different. So I did the role flipped it, tried something different.
What's one of the notes that stands out?
One of the notes were, he said, less 30 Rock, more The Office. So instead of making it very comical and creating Courtney in this very
instead of that sort of
characteristic
surreal,
way,
over the top,
bring
funny,
it
but
down,
but
yeah,
grounded.
make him give him a foundation. And so I went back, did the audition, it was the second one, and then I had to do a Skype call with all the producers. And then a week after that, they flew me out to LA. I did it again out there. And a week after that, I was sitting down at the Matcha Bar, if anyone remembers that, on 14th and 8th Avenue. They closed it down. Man, no, none of y'all. Now I feel old. I'm only 24. I'm over here talking about Teavana back in my day. The Matcha Bar back in my day.
Teavana is a historical landmark now.
It is a historical landmark now, for real.
In New York City.
Yeah, for real. So I was at Matcha Bar with a friend of mine. We was writing a script, and I got the phone call. And whenever something good happens, my agents all are on the phone, which is, that's when something big is happening. Right. And so I looked at it, and I looked at my friend Barry. I was like, I think this is it. I think this is a blessing right here. And I walked outside, and I ran up to 7th Avenue just out of joy, and I walked back because I was out of breath. But, yeah, that's all.
You walk back and go, you're going to have to finish this on your own.
Like, you good, man. I'm going to head home now.
I gotta get out of here. I got to go.
Yeah.
I loved your crew, the two guys. That
yeah,
like
Marcel Spears,
yeah, Marcel
Bernard Jones.
Yeah, all right.
Yes,
so
sir.
did you have to chemistry test with those guys or anything? Did you just hit it off right away?
I didn't.
There was like a
off.
lifelong friendship vibe in there.
Yeah, we hit it off. We hit it off right off the back. Marcel and I actually did a play reading with each other my first year out of school. I remember us taking a boat ride. I can't remember, Baltimore. He would know more than me. But we were sitting on the boat, and we were going out to this island where we were doing this play reading. And I remember Marcel and I just talking for 2 hours. We were just chopping it up for 2 hours. And I just remember leaving that conversation being, this is a pure, soulful guy. And it's a testament to who he is. One of the stories I like to share is that recently we were on set, and we're in a hiatus week, and we had to come back and do reshoots. And I'm exhausted, done on set. I'm like walking around like, all right, what's next? What's the next thing we're gonna do? It's 10 at night. What are we doing now? And Marcel, Marcel came over to me and he was like, hey, bro, meet me outside. And I was like, all right, well, we're doing outside. And I bought a basketball goal for the set just so we can all play around and like whenever we're losing energy and stuff like that. And Marcel grabbed the ball and he tossed it to me. He's like, all right, let's just shoot around for a little bit. And that's just a testament of who he is. He's a very, very heartful, coming straight from the heart type of person. He sees a problem and he goes after it, and he makes sure that everyone on set, maintains the type of level they need to be at. Bernard Jones, I didn't know Bernard before the show, but when I met him, I saw him from across the room. I was like, that's the guy, that's him. And I ran straight over and gave him the biggest hug that I could because I knew that our relationship was going to be substantial, you know what I mean? And Bernard, I actually lost my wallet in Santa Monica at the beach. Y'all don't take your wallet to the beach. It's just not worth it. And that following weekend, we were doing Paley Fest, and Bernard came up to me, and he pulled me to the side. He was like, this is your new wallet. Don't lose it. And he got me a new wallet. But it's those really small things. There's those small things that are a testament to who those guys are off camera, which makes it even better when they're on the camera.
Yeah,
as well.
I think all those little things definitely read in those scenes and in those moments on the show, and it makes it a little bit more, just more of that authenticity. Davi Diggs.
Davi, that's Big Brother right there.
Davi Diggs, yes. Yeah. We've got to talk about him. You were at Juilliard in 2015. You know the significance of Hamilton in the city and of Davi Diggs. He's been on the show a couple of times. He's amazing, obviously. I don't need to tell you that. But did you know from the beginning you'd be working with him? Was that part of the draw, or was that just like icing?
It was in the breakdown.
Yeah.
They had Jeremy Bronson, James Griffith, and Davi Diggs from Hamilton producing. And I was like, oh, I just saw him in the show, was it like a couple of months ago? And when I got the part, we have a mutual friend that I went to college with, or I went to Juilliard with. And I hit him up and I was like, yo, can I reach out to David? Is that a thing? Yeah. He's like, yeah, David actually stays 2 blocks away from you. And I was like, wait, what? And he had just celebrated his birthday. My birthday was the next day. And so I was like, yo, Diggs, can I, yeah. I was like, can we link up? Can we grab a drink or something? He's like, yeah, meet me at this spot. And we talked for like 3 hours just about the Bay, about hip hop, about the show and his thoughts behind it. And he was like, have you ever been to the Bay Area? And I was like, nah, I've never been to the West Coast, that part. He's like, well, I want to fly you out. I want to take you to the Bay and, let you figure out where Courtney's from. I know, right? And he dropped me off in the Bay and left me there for 3 days. I didn't see him since. And
get on out.
He was like, here you go. Pop. And it was a really was a humbling experience because not only I'd never been there, but I think it was like a year or two prior, Fruitvale Station had happened, the Fruitvale Incident. And I went on the track and I took the train up to the spot exactly where it happened. And it got me into a little bit more of where Courtney's mind is and the environment that he's around, the things that he has to go through every day, which is, no different than what we see in the media as, as citizens and as black people. We see this stuff happening constantly, So what I was able to take away from that was that this story is so much bigger than the mayor ABC. This story is actually diving into culture, is bringing culture back to the masses, and and we're hitting on subjects that are relevant, and we're talking about these things, So that really hit home for me, and it's been carrying me for the show since.
Well, that's actually a perfect segue. We got to go to audience in a second, but I wanted to talk about the tone of this show. I think right now, up until this show, I would have argued that it's next to impossible to do political commentary, or political comedy rather, without being sort of cynical or aggressive or angry about something. But you guys aren't those things at all. This show it's political very much. It's making statements about everything that's going on around us and all this stuff, but it's hopeful, it's optimistic, it's funny, it's again, authentic. How soon did you realize that voice was a part of this show? Was that something that you realized the moment you signed on and the moment you took that trip, when you had the script? Where was that moment you were like, oh, this is real, this is legit?
The moment I actually hit home when it said hip-hop in it, when it said that I had to rap, because that's what hip-hop is based in. Hip-hop was a voice for African-American people who didn't have a voice to tell their story, and it's branched off into a venue in which everyone can talk about their problems and their situations and what's happened in their community. So when I saw that hip-hop was a part of it, and me being a hip-hop fanatic, I was like, there's a story in this because of this, So that's when I knew that it was much deeper than just, this story here. Yeah. That we had a message that we needed to say, and we have a message that we needed to get out.
Well, there's a great moment, speaking of the significance of hip-hop and rap within the show, where your mother, played by Yvette Nicole Brown, oh my God, so great. She's giving you a talk on the fire escape, saying like, why do you rap? Why do you do this? And trying to drawing that parallel between you as an artist, as a rapper, and the kind of good you can act as the mayor. And I feel like it's probably one of the first times I've seen a show like that where the parental figure wasn't treating a rap aspiration as some kind of pie in the sky. That's never going to work out. Go do real stuff kind of message. It was like, no, this is real. This is a way of enacting change, and you can amplify that message this way. And it was just really cool to see that in this show on ABC on a Tuesday at 9:30.
But that's Yvette. That's just Yvette.
Well, that's her. That's part of her performance, right?
Yeah. And I think that's a huge parallel between my own personal life and what's happening on the screen. Is that just like my mom, she was never the type to be like, well, don't do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. She would say, why are you doing it? What are you going to do with this? How are you going to be able to evoke change with this? And that's what Dina does in the show. She doesn't. I don't think there's a moment where she's like, Brent, like Rose, stop, like don't. She'll caution, but he's a grown man. He has to make his own. He has to make his own choices and figure out this whole thing by himself. So yeah, that's a huge.
You've talked. This is the last one before we go to audience. I swear, guys. But you've talked a lot about how the story kind of parallels parts of your life. I'm wondering, has that made it easier or more difficult? Because the life experience you would pull from, some of it you're living right now.
Both.
Both.
It's both. It's easy to sit back and be like, all right, yep, this is the role I'm diving into. It's not too far away from me. But then when you get into a place where you have to be transparent and you get into a role that you have to show your skin and be honest, it's actually a little bit more difficult because the things that Courtney has to tackle, I'm tackling now with the new responsibilities of the show. And so I have to ask myself the hard questions, Also, it's a show about politics, so I think sometimes it's easy to get very it's going to become political, it's going to get deep down. But it's fun, and to maintain that lift and that fun and that sense of awe and wonderment in it. That's sometimes a challenge, and also it's very easy to do.
Very, very cool. I could ask you a million last questions, but I have to keep my word. We're going to turn it over to audience Q&A. I think we've got some microphones. First one's right here.
Hi, how are you?
What's up? How you doing?
Good,
What's
how
your
are
name?
you? Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
I'm really excited to see this. It looks hilarious.
Thanks.
And you mentioned Yvette, so I was wondering what it was like working with her and having her play your TV mom.
For sure. Yvette got me my refrigerator. Let me just be honest with you. Y'all, I just got my refrigerator in my house, and it came all dented up in the sides and stuff, and she was not playing around with that. When I moved to LA, I don't have a car. I'm still taking the subway. You know what I mean? That's where my mental is still at. But Yvette is the one who's like, all right, so what you doing today? Are you gonna do this? Are you getting this? Is this gonna happen? Like, how are you gonna make yourself comfortable in this environment? Wow. And she's like that on and off the screen. You know what I'm saying? So when we're working, Yvette's the one to pull me aside and she'll pray with me. Or Yvette pull me aside and she'll tell me the most hilarious joke, outlandish joke ever. Or when we're doing a scene, she's like, hey, let's run lines. Let's just go deeper into the text. So she is the perfect person to play Dina in this role.
Have Yvette and your mom hung out at all?
Yes, they actually met each other when the last time I was here for Kimmel. Yeah. Well, in LA.
In LA, they met.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm happy to know that.
You too?
Yeah.
It was great. She like picked us up from the house, and my mom and them like met and hugged, and we went to Roscoe's. Oh, yeah, that was dope.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Next question, I believe, is right here in front of
Hey, what's up, man? So
what's your name?
Mofsin.
Mofsin.
Yeah.
Hey, Mofsin.
It's a little hard to pronounce, but people usually get it at the first try.
Hey, there, Mofsin.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you.
So, being that this is your first regular role on television, was it like nerve-wracking for you when you first got on set?
Yes and no. Yes, because I had just
Well, you'd been on set before.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, yes, because so we start shooting on Monday. Friday, I wrapped Search Party at like 3 in the morning. I got on a flight to go to LA on Saturday. Sunday, we had an event, and we started shooting on Monday. So there was like zero time to even process where I was until our first hiatus week, which was like 3 weeks later. So jumping on set, it was just all over the place, discombobulated. But the way that our set is set up, it's a humongous family. The people that they have placed in each department is so specifically spot that you feel like you're walking, every day I walk in the set, I'm like, what's up, bro? How you doing, sis? Like, what's going on? So in that way, it was easy. But the hard part was just, I had no idea where I was.
Was there a tangible, well, obviously not, you just say you know where you were, but I want to follow this question anyway. Between being the character that you were in Search Party and now being the guy, you're not just on The Mayor, you're literally the mayor. So is there a different feeling or a vibe or like a responsibility? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like if you were the Search Party. It's like you weren't a whole party, you were on Search Party.
Yeah.
But the mayor as you.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it is. It's a huge responsibility. I mean, how do you put it? I don't know. To be honest, that's something I'm still trying to figure out. You know, like it's. Yeah, I'm still figuring it out.
All right, well, you come back. You let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, bring me back.
Season 2, I'll get you back.
For sure.
We have time for one more question. It's going to come from over here.
Hi. So you said that you graduated.
What's your name?
Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hi. So you said that you graduated in 2015, and now you're the lead in The Mayor. So I'm wondering, do you feel like you've made it? And if you don't, what would that take for you to feel that way?
Do I feel like I've made it? Mm-hmm. Define made it.
You define made it.
Right? But exactly. That's the thing. I mean, is there still problems going on in the world? Yeah. Then no, I haven't. I think in a way, like, because I did get the show and dreams have, finally come true. This is a dream and a blessing. Yes, absolutely. I can go back to South Carolina and be like, all right, y'all, this is one path to do it. This is the way y'all can try it out. It may work for you, it may not. I can go back and teach now to kids and give them something to impute. But until we all are making it, until like something actually and change is happening, then absolutely no. There's still so much work to be done. There's so much more work to be done.
Yeah. Well, I got to wrap things up. I think that's a perfect place to put a cap on it because especially with that being sort of like your intention as an artist, this is a great show to do exactly that and try to enact a little bit of that change and make people laugh and make people enjoy themselves and just entertain. I said it once, said it again, I really enjoyed this and I'm excited for so much more. Guys, The Mayor is tonight on ABC. 9:30, 8:30 Central. Tune in and check it out. Oh, you want
Also,
to go
I
for
just
it?
want to say thank you again for having me on this show. Like, this is truly an honor to be up here. Like, you, Matt, like, y'all give a round of applause for Matt because one of the best interviewers out here in the game. So thank you for that, man. And also thank you guys for sitting down and being like the first audience that I've been able to speak to at a venue like this. I hope my nerves wasn't too crazy because you guys are giving the most positive and most warm energy. So thank y'all for that. All love. Thank you.
Brandon Micheal Hall, everybody, come on. What better way to wrap it up than that?
Sending
There's
this
only one.
bracelet back to Top Man because they lied to me.